Okay, this is Ringwalk Media in association with Willows Therapy, Steel Hub Management and Barclay Carter Racing. Mr. Hearn, it's about 1:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
What a bloody good night, mate.
Brilliant night. I mean, I was actually just talking to Marcos from Fight Hub. That was his first ever fight in the UK. And he was like, I can't believe what I've just seen. I'm like, we don't get that a lot, but we get it quite regularly. And I thought the atmosphere was just incredible. You know, I thought it was amazing. Two sets of fans, obviously casual fans, whatever. And, you know, it was just amazing to watch. And the fight lived up to it. You know, I felt like the first round was as good as the entire first fight, you know, and it carried on. Jack built up a great lead after 7 rounds. I think it was 5-2 or maybe even 6-1. And then Josh came on 8, 9, 10. I gave him big 11th for Jack, and 12 was actually in the end. You know, he didn't even really need 11 and 12, but he won 11, and I thought he nicked 12 as well. So unfortunately, it was a wide scorecard, and some people talk about that rather than, you know, what a great fight it was. And obviously, Bob Arum had his views.
He's off his crackers, him, isn't he?
No, but listen, you got to respect it. He's 93 years old, so he don't really give a fuck what anyone thinks. And, you know, I've got to respect that as well. So I do agree with him. I do think the scorecard was wide, you know, and but the right man won.
We had it 7-5. I don't know what you had it.
Yeah, 7-5 or maybe 8-4, maybe. But, you know, I think the right man won for sure.
Listen, Paddy Donovan, a great performance. He's a levels above, and he's got a difficult task now against the winner of Lewis Crocker and Conor Walker.
Yeah, and, you know, to be honest with you, I think it was a tough fight. Lewis Ritson won rounds in there, you know, and then he stepped up, put his foot on the gas, stopped him. Great performance. And we'll see what happens with Lewis Crocker against Conor Walker. That's a 50-50 fight. You know, if he comes through, maybe we look at making that fight in Ireland later in the year, but we'll have to see.
Do you think that would be for a title, that fight, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're both pretty well ranked, you know, with the WBA. So we'll have to see. But first things first, June 22nd in Birmingham.
Talk about a couple of other fights, possibly. Raven Chapman and Skye Nicolson are mandatory. They spoke this week about possibly that being in Saudi towards the end of October. Is that something?
Myself and George are already talking about that fight. I think Raven fights in July. Skye will fight in July as well, and then that's a great fight. You know, it's a very, very good competitive fight. I think one that both girls need. You know, I mean, Sarah Marfood was supposed to be competitive for Skye. She won every round. Raven Chapman's looked great as well. Let's get the fight made. Queensbury against Matchroom. You know, another big female fight.
And I'm getting told it's time, but I have to congratulate you on your attire because you pretty much got this. I'll tell you what, it's not working for me pulling though. It's still not working, mate.
Sorry about it. You know, I mean, doesn't matter to me, but you know, it's a different kind of look. But hot in there tonight, you know, and off to Riyadh we go.
Listen, have a great time in Riyadh next week, and thank you, Eddie, as always.
Thank you.